Hey everybody, welcome back. It's another edition of Galaxy Brain, and I'm very excited about our guests today. I, of course, am Doa, but with me is Gunmay, mysteriously hiding behind the portrait of Olaf, but I'm sure he's a devastatingly handsome individual. How are you doing, Gunmay?
I'm doing great. How are you? How about you, Noah?
I'm doing great.
How's
I'm
life?
trying to make that push to Masters before the mid-season set rotation. But you're in Sweden right now, right?
Yeah, I'm in Sweden. Yeah.
What time is it over there?
It's midnight right now.
Okay, because it's like 3 p.m. here. I'm like, this is kind of late, but you agreed to do it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries. I'm used to switching between NA and EU times by now.
I suppose
It's
I'm kind of used to that as well. I had to do the Korean NA thing a lot.
oh yeah, true.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so EU time zones I'm a bit fuzzy on, but like Asia NA time zones I've got that down like super well right now. But we're here to talk about your play, how you approach Teamfight Tactics, your mentality going into the games. And so, what we'll do, if you guys didn't see episode one, is we're going to play two games. I'm going to be the one piloting the game. So, that will kind of force Gunmay to talk about more basic things than he possibly would if he was playing the game himself. And also, just for the sake of video quality, again, waiting for that spectator mode. Once we have that, I think it'll be a bit easier. But for now, this is the way we'll do it. But first things first, Gunmay, here you are, one of the top players in Teamfight Tactics. Like, what was your journey to this point, right? Like, what was there in Gunmay's life before TFT?
So more games.
Naturally, yeah.
It's basically yeah. I normally always played like one game at a time.
Okay,
Like back in the day, I played League in the early seasons and stuff.
okay.
Before I was playing World of Warcraft pretty seriously.
Oh, nice.
I
What
was doing a
class?
lot of like I was playing during Legion. I was playing Demon Hunter and Warrior.
Ah, okay.
I was playing mostly PvE, and I did PvP as well and the Gladiator and stuff. But
Oh,
like
nice.
I
I w-
mostly did like high level like Mystic Plus during
okay.
Legion.
As a tank or as a DPS?
As a DPS, yeah.
We're getting off track here, but like I've played a warrior since vanilla, so I had to ask. So
Yeah.
anyway,
So
so
I was
yeah.
playing WoW, and then the new expansion didn't really like appeal to me that much, so I quit pretty far into it.
Okay.
And then like around the second tier of BFA, and then I switched to TFT because I had played the initial beta launch of TFT when it was set one,
Mm-hmm.
but I kind of didn't stick around. I didn't enjoy it as much, and I was playing WoW anyway, so I was kind of busy.
It does take up a lot of time for sure.
Yeah, it does for sure. Yeah, and so I didn't stick with it. But then I started playing like mid set two, I think it was, like around a bit into it, like 2 months or 3 months into it or
Okay,
something.
yeah, right about when
So
Blender was just getting started, huh?
yeah, actually, yeah, it was pretty much around the Blender
What a
start.
time to be alive.
Yeah, exactly. And I was mostly spamming Ocean Mage actually the whole way,
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much. Which had
See, I
I'm pretty sure that had been nerfed. Like I remember like a lot of lobby two said it was really broken in the beginning of set two.
yeah,
Like
it
and
was
I
very
missed that. I missed that completely. I played the nerfed version the whole way to Challenger, and I just played and played. I just stuck with it. Eventually, I ended up Challenger in EU West, and then I started watching more streams, trying to improve and stuff. And I ended up like finding some people on NA,
okay.
and I eventually made a switch to NA to play there as well because I had like I don't know, not a rivalry, but like I don't know, like almost like a bet with another player called Influrier. And
Okay.
he told me that like I couldn't make Challenger and NA without playing Berserkers because at that time I was like climbing really hard in the US,
Uh-huh.
playing mostly Berserkers.
Hey
And
man,
so
I'll
I
also
made
do
my
that.
account. I made my account name Mino Zergs because
I
I
think I
was
remember
like,
that actually.
yeah, I didn't play Zergs pretty much. I played maybe 1 or 2 games, but I mostly didn't play Zergs all the way to Challenger. And then obviously when I got to Challenger, I was spamming it nonstop because it was fun.
Okay.
So I got like known by that name at that point, and I was like becoming the quote unquote berserker player on North America.
Which
So
is,
that
there's nothing wrong with that. But I suppose to put it into context, if people aren't familiar with it, that's kind of I feel like there's a similar vibe to being called like the mech player in this set, right?
yeah.
Yeah, if you're the berserker player in set two, it's kind of that same vibe. Not quite the same, but it's in the
No,
arena.
yeah, I think it mostly because like a lot of people underestimated how good Zergs were.
Mm-hmm.
When I started playing it, it wasn't as good as it was at the end.
Mm.
When I like basically innovated the way of playing it that we did in the end with 4 glacial pivot into like I played like I would slam Seeks and lock it early game.
Oh yeah, the Seeks and Locket stacking. Yeah,
and I focused on playing Last Whisper Olaf, which was super broken, and no one played it for some reason.
I remember the days. Did you add
Yeah.
did you like to add Electric in when you were doing that? We're kind of like we're talking about the wrong set right now, but I have to ask because I played a lot of Berserkers in set 2 as well. So how did you feel about Electric in set 2 with that?
So Electric was really broken at the end when they buffed it to, I believe it was 250, I think.
Yeah, it was like 250 like, the second rank or something. Wasn't
it? Yeah, it was really broken there for a while. They nerfed it like twice, but it was really broken when they first buffed it. And they buffed Glacial as well.
Yeah.
So you would have this really insane like mid game board where you could play like Warden, Electric, Glacial, and you would basically stomp everyone just from those traits alone. You could have any item. That's why I did the Seeks and the Locket stack, because you basically just needed stats, and you could basically prop the enemy team to death. Yeah, so it's like really and because you backlined everything with Berserkers anyways, you would always get like 5 out of 5 buffs. You would also always have like perfect value.
Yeah, you'd have like your Ornn and your Volibear and stuff chilling
out.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just wreck everybody, basically.
So you never lost any value from it. So it was basically like a really similar style to what we were gonna play today with Space Jam. Is that basically that's how I modeled it, like this playstyle as well after my Berserker gameplay, because I'm someone who likes to play aggressively and like.
That's really interesting. I haven't heard anyone make a parallel between those two comps before, but it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. The positioning is similar.
They play differently in like, since they obviously do different things.
Yeah. There's obviously functional differences.
But the philosophy behind like how I play it is very similar, even though it's a reroll comp.
All right. Well, we're definitely gonna have to talk about that more as we get into the games. I'm trying to. Oh yeah, I have one more question that I'm going to ask everybody. So, where did your ID come from? I think that's a fun question to have answered a lot of times. So,
the original, the Gunmay name.
Where does Gunmay come from?
It's really simple. It's just my first and last name, the 3 first letters.
Oh.
I'm called Gunnar Mayol is my name.
Okay.
So
yeah,
just take the first of the first 3 of both, and there you go, Gunmay. There you go.
A
very simple. It's not. I kind of miss my Mino Zerg's name. It's more mysterious. I remember when I climbed on any ladder, all the challenger players were like, "Who is this guy?" Dude? I miss those days a little bit. It was fun.
See, I'm excited to talk with you a lot today because I feel like you're kind of my like pro gaming avatar a little bit to a certain extent, because we like similar comps. I played a ton of Ocean Mages and a ton of Berserkers in set 2. This set, I was playing Void back in March when you were making it good at the top of the ladder. I was making it good in gold and then platinum. Now Space Jam is really fun. I don't know how much like Star Guardian Sork you play. How about that one though? Maybe there's a difference.
So right now I'm trying to make it work with basically a Candyland pivot. We talked about it the other day. I've been trying it more and more, where you like slow roll Candyland and play Ari carry at level 5, and you pivot into full Star Guardian pivot at 8.
Okay.
Which has been working, but it's really hard to get like a good start for it. So like it's really item dependent, obviously.
Yeah, the Galaxy really kind of dictates it too. I've been doing something similar in Diamond, where because I really love the like 2 Vanguard 4 Sork build. I feel like it's such a strong mid game if you're positioned well and you have like an RE2 basically.
Yeah, the biggest problem right now with Star Guardian is that like slow rolling at level 7, like getting there healthy is so hard. Like it's actually insanely hard. People spike really hard depending on the galaxy.
Yeah. And even if you do get there healthy, like you're slow rolling at 7 and everyone else is going to be power spiking, so you're going to lose a lot of HP during that phase anyway right now.
And like when it was good before, it was when the damage was really low early game, like before they changed it. So you could always get to like 7 pretty safely, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest point. You could always slow roll at 7. You could always make it there.
All right. Well, I think we should move into the games. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I'm going to start searching right now, but I'm excited about this. So we know we're going to... Do you want to just force Space Jam in the first game, or do you want to wait and like see how the first game is and then kind of
we can flex the first one if you want and see what we get.
I think that's a good idea.
Normally I don't force it. I obviously play it more than one probably else, because like I actually have it as a comfort pick, so to say, and I think the good thing about the comp is that you actually don't need any specific items really. Like it's very lacks on what items you need. Like the only item it's really core is Ionic Spark, since your whole team is magic-based damage. So like you want that magic resist shred. Other than that, you just build the best AP and tank items on your team and try and get Sojin on Rakan, and you're pretty good to go.
So here we are in the loading screen. So you mentioned you don't force a build. You don't force Space Jam. Like, how do you feel about forcing builds in general right now compared to just playing the items, playing the Galaxy, being fluid? Like, is there still room for just forcing comps in TFT, in your opinion?
There is for sure. Like, you just have to be willing to take the hits in LP when you low roll, because the variant is higher when you force it. So you might get more first, but you might get more 8s as well. So, and in high elo, that's a really risky way to play, because I'll get maybe on a good day I get 40 for a first, and I'll lose like 65 for a 8th. So like obviously you're not gonna climb that way. I think that like in a perfect world we would all just play what we get like every game, but obviously that's not gonna happen, and I don't even necessarily think that it's the best play style either. To like play flexibly, play force, whatever. I mean, whatever works, and that's the good play right now.
Well, that's the thing. Like, players like Kyun have shown that like if you get extremely good at forcing one comp, you can definitely make it work. Now, Mech Infiltrator is a bit of an exception, but still. Okay, so here we are. It's going to be Star Cluster. What do you look for on Star Cluster if you're playing?
Normally, I go for a Chain Vest or I go for a Rod here. So you're in a good position for the Chain Vest. I'll just take that.
Yeah, we'll just grab the Xayah with the Chain Vest.
It's actually one of the best galaxies for Space Jam. So the Star Cluster allows you to, like, even if you don't get Darius is obviously the best case scenario. You'll get the Darius on the 2-4 carousel. But you can also get a Xin Zhao, a Rakan or whatever. And same with the later carousel, you can get Jace or Castle.
Yeah, so it's a lot easier to hit those 3 stars that Space Jam kind of requires. So that being the case, asking a question about that, like how many 3 stars do you need to complete before you're like pretty sure you're gonna top 4 with Space Jam?
So normally I'll always, like, Darius is the only one that actually you always have to hit.
Well, what would you pick up here, by the way?
Or you pick up actually I'll probably take up the Cybers here.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say it's a little bit of a tough choice because Malphite's always good. You kind of maybe want another Xayah to leave yourself open to Shredder, but Cybernetics is such a strong opening in isolation. I suppose that's...
And you put both of them in.
Oh, really?
The Cybers number. Yeah, because let's say you get a lot of boxes. Maybe you can get the gold. Now it's not probably as likely, like, but like now you could get some more gold. You see?
I see. Yeah.
So like let's say you could sell for 10. Normally it's not like I think you will have to high roll insanely hard to get that. I don't know if you can actually anymore. But normally I always keep like the units I know I'm gonna keep, or like anything that I'm like not willing to sell, I put them on the board. Sort of like, for example, now you're gonna put both Graves in there.
Okay.
And you're probably gonna put a Xayah as well, because we're gonna probably run that, but it's fine. It's fine. You might get gold here.
Yeah, I mean, we're, you know, it's in the neutral round anyway, so.
Yeah. You're probably gonna sell your Jarvan or Kha'Zix for the Twisted Fate. Either is fine.
You're probably gonna. You'd say you would sell this for the.
Yeah.
I would say maybe just because we have the Xayah too, you keep the Jarvan. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, and there's a Leona too. Want to pick that up? Do we want to buy all the Leonas here, or would you spread things out a little bit more?
No, spread out. You're never gonna go low on a 9.
Yeah. Okay.
So your items are like kind of awkward because you don't have a slammable item right now. You're probably gonna play the Xayah with the Leona, and yeah, I think it's probably Jarvan. Yeah, but you can play Graves as well for the. You can play the Graves as well instead of Jarvan for the smoke screen possibly.
Now, would you position it like this? We didn't have time to really talk about the positioning before the round started, but I see some people positioning down along the bottom every single round, no matter what they get. Or do you position up top? What do you prefer to do in your early game?
The backline positioning works really well when you have ranged units or if you're playing Blitzcrank, because you basically make the enemy like waste their time, but with moving up.
Yeah.
So you'll have more uptime on them if they're running more melee units. So it's basically like a matter of who has the most ranged units for it to work, or Blitzcrank, which is like the perfect scenario.
So what would you sell? Would you get the TF2 right now? Or
Oh
would
yeah,
you just...
yeah, you take the TF for sure.
And then would you just sell everything?
And you play it over graves.
Yeah.
You play it over graves.
And then we just
Let's
do
see,
something
yeah.
like this maybe.
Yeah, if you had Vanguard or Chrono here, I would level 100% sure. You don't need like this is the great thing about the Space Jam comp.
We do have.
Oh, you have Chrono. You have yeah. Oh, yeah, you do. What the hell? You have.
Right. Let's sell the Malphite and do that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And you play the Caitlyn in the corner, where TF is.
Yeah, because you want your 2 stars
Just in
to be
case
protected, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So what are we thinking right now? Looking at the items, we've got like a QSS, but you don't really want to slam a QSS early oftentimes.
No.
Are you thinking there's a chance of going Shredder yet, or do you think there's maybe like a Chrono direction to go? Like, what would you?
We're probably not gonna. I probably wouldn't go Shredder here. You're gonna have to scout the lobby to see how you're looking in terms of like Sayas, but like you only have 3, and your items are not that good. You're stuck with a Chain Vest on your Saya as well, so it would have to be GA,
Yeah.
which means you're lacking damage. There's a Darius. There we go.
All right, maybe we're doing this. Do we just sell the Zaya, or when do we put in the? Do we make some sort of like blaster space pirate transition here?
You can actually play what's it called? You can sell the Saya, sell the Caitlyn, and add the Fiora and Lucian to play Cybers there and give them all item each.
So we give Lucian like this just in case we find a red buff or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we give like what this to? Oh, I would give the crit to.
Yeah, give crit to
Fiora.
Fiora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this. Okay. So Cybers. So we give up Chrono, but TF is just kind of a good unit in isolation, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
TF is probably one of the strongest, like one cost together with Graves. His
often-
AI got changed like 2 patches ago, and it's insanely strong now.
How often do you find yourself just running a TF like this with like no synergies attached to it?
I'd probably pre-level here because you don't want to sell anything, so just press. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, makes sense.
Normally, I don't pre-level here if I'm losing like this, but you're probably gonna have, like, you have a good chance to get a good 2-star unit here, which is a star cluster. That might actually like allow you to like keep going and like be strong. Darius is obviously key here. Like if you get Darius, it's really good. He has a half Ionic Spark as well, which is great. We have a cloak already, which is a bit unlucky, but you always take the Darius here.
Finding a Rod shouldn't be too tough either, and it looks like we got a little bit lucky. We actually got the Darius.
Yeah,
Nice.
This is super good. This is insane.
Yeah. Wow. I was waiting to see if there was like a Leona. I suppose on Star Cluster it's always 2 cost units in the second one, but I'm like, you know, we could actually make a Leona 3, which is like one of the worst 3 stars I think. But
yeah. No, you're probably not gonna make Leona 3 ever because like it's never going into the end game comp and it's gonna lose you gold.
Right.
And the Leona 2 to 3 is very minimal, but it's fine. You didn't have anything else to pick up, so it's fine to play.
So would you?
Now you're gonna play the Darius. You're probably gonna play the Darius too, and you sell the TF.
Okay.
And make gold.
Right, and then
and you add pirate with Graves, so you get blaster as well.
Would you continue to position this way?
Yeah, you can position like this for sure.
Okay.
And you probably sell the exactly the Leona, and you would pick up the Blitzcrank.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For potentially later.
Still 10 gold. We have the opportunity to add in Chrono with something at some point, you know, like a Shen.
This is looking like a Space Jam game, though. I'll be honest.
Right.
We have a good start here for this.
Sounds good to me. Space Jam is actually one of my favorite comps to play right now.
It's extremely fun.
Yeah.
That's like one of the biggest things about it. It's really fun. Even though it's a reroll comp, which I don't really enjoy playing, it's just a snowbally comp that, like, I mean, it looks cool as well, right?
Yeah.
With all the dunking and stuff.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna lose. But it's fun to just watch it go off. I think, you know, you mentioned you like playing Ocean Mages and Berserkers. You know, Void obviously you've played a lot of as well. There's
Jace.
the Jace.
That's perfect. That's insane. That's so strong.
So do we
put it over?
One of the
No, you
Cybers?
put it instead of your Graves. Yeah.
Right.
Now you get Vanguard instead. Your board is insane. It's kind of unlucky because you kind of want to lose streak into the what's it called?
Into the Terror
Krugs.
Boosters, aka Krugs,
the Terror Bursters, yeah.
Yeah.
But you're probably gonna make gold here, to be honest. Like if you make gold here, you just gonna sell everything but the Darius on your bench.
Yeah, that makes sense because you don't need the Graves for Space Jam, so you probably could just sell them now, huh?
Yeah, Graves is only there for waiting for Jace, basically.
Yeah, so you just sell him now.
Yeah, and you can sell your 2 if you need to, like your 2 Blitzcranks.
Yeah,
you're probably gonna win and make at least 1 gold. As long as you make 1 gold, you're fine.
Yeah. We get a little bit of Space Pirate gold, then we can maybe hit 20. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it. So now we're
Perfect.
guaranteed to have that, and we'll even get 21. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm watching this too, and I'm like, holy cow, this is actually an insane start.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
The Cybers is just so much like stats in general.
Yeah.
And obviously Pirates early game. Like even if you don't play Space Jam, you always try to play Pirates early. It's so much gold and so much value.
So would you leave this positioning here for this, or would you move it around for Terror Bursters?
I would move it up just because I'm a bit scared always. You never know
always
when you're gonna
paranoid.
lose.
Yeah.
But there's no way you lose with this board ever. Like you're like your Leona's never gonna die.
But we have all lost to Terror Bursters, and it feels terrible.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you're always a little bit
Yeah.
afraid. Yeah. So I guess this is a good question now. So we're obviously not super far ahead in HP, but we are ahead in terms of like what our board has. So when you
Yeah.
find yourself in sort of like a little bit of a lead like that, how do you maintain it? Like, how do you not mess up?
perfect.
So we need the Jin Zhao as well, but like
Xin Zhao you need, but the other two you can sell if you want.
yeah. So how do you? What's I would say your best advice for holding on to a lead and like building off of an already strong board?
So that's the most important part. Like when learning this comp, you take the comp by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very. Oh, I was gonna say you can actually play the Darius. You can take out the two. Oh no. Actually, play the.
I was wondering about the.
Take out the Fiora. Yeah, play the Fiora. Take out Fiora and the Lucian for the
Yeah.
Celestials.
Right,
like
'cause
that,
we get
yeah.
Celestial and we get the little protector for what it's worth.
Yeah.
And a little bit of gold.
And you can make Thieves Claws on your Xin Zhao if you want to already. Normally I put it on. I normally put it on Kassadin, but it's so far away. You can play it already, so.
Makes sense. Oh, it's a little bit harder to put items on people right now. There we go. Zeke's. Oh, wow. I'm sure glad I slammed it there. All right. So,
So yeah, about the lead. That's why I slam items, because this comp, like, it's all about the momentum. Making sure you're strong enough to like farm the board every turn. Like having basically infinite econ like every turn makes it so you can actually just farm, like enroll maybe like 12 gold a turn. Like that's so much gold. Like, and that's counting like picking up units as well.
yeah. I'm actually a little bit surprised we lost right there. That was
Yeah,
kinda crazy.
that's some bad RNG actually there.
Yeah.
We got some rough RNG there.
How would
So
you
now you're gonna
position
go.
this right
you
now?
get- so I always position like Darius where you have Jace basically.
Uh-huh.
Normally I put it up there when it's there, but
Oh.
right now backline is fine. Backline's fine. Backline's fine
All right.
for this early game.
Sure. And we could
So
even... Oh, would you go
but-
to...
but-
When would you go to 6 here?
you just low level to 6.
Okay.
Keep just level access right now to level 6.
Yeah.
And you got level twice after like next round, and then after that you're gonna be level 6 after the carousel. That's normally
Nice.
when you enter level 6 unless you high roll gold early.
We're actually doing really well in terms of having a lot of gold to slow roll with this comp right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're rich and you're at an HP where it's like you're low, but also like you're not that low. Like you're gonna have a good carousel pick without actually losing too much HP,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. Like so good.
It's kind of
Because
the
you're
best
gonna
of both
have like your chance of finding a Kassadin or a Jacer is insane. And
Yeah.
if you find either of those, you're like so ahead. Like the gold you gain from just not having to roll for those units is so much gold.
So Kassadin would Kassadin be the priority in your opinion, or would Jace be? Because Kassadin
No,
would give
Jace
us
for
Mana
sure.
Reaver, but Jace is just so much power.
Yeah, Jace is just because Jace will give you so much more gold.
Yeah.
Early game. You just play the Darius for now.
I suppose.
It's fine.
Yeah. All right. What do you think about moving it up now?
Yeah, you can move it up. Normally I have Xin Zhao in the pretty much where you have it right now.
Okay.
You're gonna have Kassadin in one of the corners, in the right or left.
Okay.
Because normally where you know how people position their Sayas, for example, you always want to have like you want to scout the lobby and see like who you're facing.
Right. We haven't done any
And you
scouting
wanna
yet because
pick
we've been
the
talking
right
so
side.
much.
No. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna go over this, and this is the first round.
That's
Maybe we
fine.
get one easier.
This show is less about the gameplay and more about the conversation that's sort of
Yeah.
like spurred on by the gameplay, so it's fine.
Now, yeah, positioning is actually really important in this comp because you're basically WinCon is making sure that Darius resets, right? And that's why I always position Jace together with Kassadin because
Okay.
they're two big AoE bursts, and basically together they leave most frontliners on at least under 50% HP, which is within execute range for Darius.
Well, that makes
If
sense.
you make
yeah.
sure, if you make sure that they always like are in,
Ooh,
there's
it's a
a
Jace.
Jace with Chain Vest, and that's insane.
Oh my
If
gosh.
you get that, that's super good.
We're the second pick, so we might actually get it too. That's
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
it
It's gonna
looks
be on the
like
other
you
side
get
though.
it.
That's the annoying thing. We can go through the middle.
Yeah, go through the middle.
do
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
No!
Oh no!
I'm terrible.
Oh, that's a
Oh.
throw. I'm not gonna lie though, that's a throw.
Oh.
Because that item is really bad as well.
It's
Getting
not
tier is
about
not
the
it.
gameplay. It's about the conversation.
Okay, but we're just gonna pretend that we're giving the lobby a chance here.
No. Oh.
Oh, no.
I swear I never do that. I never even do that in my own games, and of course, the one time it happens is when I'm recording a show. It's gonna be seen by hundreds, if not tens of people. So we sell this and put the tier on Rakan, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, you don't have to commit the tier yet, but yeah, you sell this for sure.
And mostly,
And then you start rolling.
These are the
you look,
tiers
you
I
look
have
for
in
your
real life
unit.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. You just keep Rakan, Xinjiao,
Yeah. Let's
yeah.
see.
and you just stop at 50. You're kind of strong because you have Darius too. It's really unfortunate though because you had the Bramble Vest Darius or a Bramble Vest
know,
Jace.
I
That was
know.
the most insane start. I was actually gonna probably
That
carry you to 4-3. I'm not gonna lie, but
That
that was a
was the
free
most-
free ride.
That was the most like Pega play I've ever made.
So
It
now
is bad.
you know the units, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna look for Darius, Xinjiao, Jace, Kassadin, Rakan, and Ashe.
Right.
And we're gonna stay at 6 basically until 5-1 at the latest.
Right. And then you go to 7 and look for like your 4th Celestial, I would imagine, right?
No, you're gonna take out Leona for the Celestials.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Ashe.
So, would you put in Ashe over the secondaries here?
Yeah, it's CC, so it's good.
Where do you like to put your Ashe? Because I've seen a lot of
Always
different...
in one of the corners.
Yeah.
Always one of the bottom corners. Normally, you position Ashe together with whatever side Darius is closest to.
Yeah.
So you want your Ashe to be like there to support your Darius and your team.
Right, right. So what we're really
Before I
looking
used
for
to
right
do
now-
like a positioning where I like had Ashe target the same target that Darius was attacking to make it easier to reset.
Yeah, and
But
that's what happened.
yeah, but then eventually you had to like start putting Kassadin in the corner due to all the Saya and Jinx players.
Ah, right.
So you can't play that way anymore. So
Man, I can't like stress enough how big missing that Jace 2 was.
yeah,
That was...
you would be winning so easily.
I know. We've been winning so many rounds. That was... I'm never going to get over that. That was the darkest
dude.
moment in TFT ever.
It's okay. We bring it back.
We're going to find that
Yes.
Jace
And
2
the
somewhere.
Rakan.
Yeah, there's a
And
gas.
Kassadin, perfect. And you switched out instead for Leona.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. So we're okay. We're okay. Hey, there's Jace 2. There we go. We just need a chain vest now.
Yeah.
But we need
So-
items for Darius is what we really need, right?
Yeah, we really need a Ionic Spark. I'm always like, normally my go-to build, you can take the Ashe as well.
Yeah.
You're probably looting Econ anyways.
It's okay going a little bit under 50 in your opinion?
Yes, but you gotta know when to do it. Like, it's to make yourself strong enough to like keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, you sell that for Econ. Sell left side. Oh,
Oh,
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
okay, so we do have...
Keep rolling, and I'll worry about the items.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good to me. Because that's the thing, when we're doing this show, there's a lot of
Kassadin.
conversation. There's another Darius, good. And,
So
that doesn't leave
here,
much room for else.
I would probably make like Dragon Claw and Bramble Vest and your Darius there.
Okay. Dragon Claw and Bramble Vest, huh?
Yeah.
Really?
So what I normally do is to double tank item plus Ionic Spark. And you're gonna do
okay.
Sojourn Rakan. Sojourn Rakan as well.
Yeah. Okay.
He got the... Yeah.
Oh.
You can mana bug it. Do the mana first.
Yep.
Power.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Mess it with that.
So my go-to build is always double AP items with Ionic and Rabadons and GA, if you can do that, because
Okay.
that's always the most damage. But if you can't get GA, like the chance of you like losing a fight due to fight RNG is so high that it's not worth like risking it to play like, let's say, I don't know, Protector Spat double, double Rabadons or something.
Right.
So it's never worth to do something like that because one CC and you're dead pretty much.
That
And
makes
Darius doesn't actually need that much AP to like actually work. It's mostly about Ionic Spark and making sure that your team is well positioned to take like the enemy team down to 50 HP with Jace and Cassidy. And like then it doesn't matter what the AP has. This guy kills off with execute.
So you mentioned that you like to have Jace and Kassadin on the same side, and I was kind of messing around with things a little bit while you were talking there. But like, well, after this round, we'll talk about how you would rearrange your front line, because I feel like we need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually have pretty decent positioning right now. You only need to put Cassidy on the left side of Jace, where you have it now. And then you're gonna put your Rakan behind your Cassidy and your Jace, and you're pretty much set.
Okay.
And then you just switch it to the right and left side most of the time.
A lot of people are oriented towards the left side, it seems like, in the lobby. I did a little bit of scouting to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you put
You're really
Kassadin
close
over
to Darius here.
and do
Yeah,
this.
and then you do that.
Yeah.
So there's a interesting trick with Rakan, where they changed him, so you can sell the Ashe, by the way, on your bench and take the Jace.
Yeah, you don't really
You
need
never go
an Ashe 3 in this build, do you?
No.
Yeah.
Ashe 3 is really overrated, and Cassidy 3 is really insane, but everyone plays Cassidy, so it's like almost impossible to hit him.
Very hard to
So,
find, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, the trick with Rakan is they changed him so his ult range is basically his auto attack range +1.
Yeah.
So he'll ult away from the team. So like now he's gonna hit the enemy front line, right, and support your team. But what you can do is also put him up a bit, so he ults the back line if you're getting assassinated by like Mech or Void.
Ah, I see.
So that's how you play around it. That's why Rakan is so good, because he stalls the fight for you.
Right. He gives you more time for your Darius to sort of get to resetting, basically. Yeah. So
Now we're gonna
looking
see
for
here.
a
Now you
round.
want an AP item here. Yeah.
Yeah. We want to complete.
Oh, you can
the
take the
Alex part.
you can take the Jace. Take the
Ooh,
Jace.
yeah. All right, I won't miss this one. What about the Darius though?
So Darius would be great,
It
but
would be
you're
Darius 3.
gonna be stuck with just
Chalice,
take the
though.
Jace. Take the Jace.
Yeah, we got it.
Nice.
Oh, that was close. I was.
Yeah. So Darius, if he had a decent item, I would have taken that. But Tear is actually completely useless on Darius,
Yeah.
and you would be stuck with it because you don't have 3 items on your Darius yet.
Right.
If you have 3 items, the Tear would just pop off, so it's fine. But like this, Jace can hold the Ionic just as easily as Darius, no problem.
Okay.
It's just important that you have 1 at least on your team, and now you have it.
Right.
So,
Somebody needs it basically.
yeah, and just slam Ionic on the Jace, and
Yeah.
you're good to go.
Like that.
Now we're gonna go for AP on Darius, whatever AP item we can get. Oh, that's perfect. Oh my
One
god.
more. Come
Yeah,
on.
you're having some good rolls. And
All right.
I would
when-
dip here to under like 40. Go to 40.
Okay,
See if you
that's
hit
what I was
Darius.
about to ask. Is do you like to roll down if you're 1 away?
Okay,
we didn't hit it, but we're getting
No.
there.
So like you do it to keep your streak going, basically. And if you're strong enough, and you see like, okay, 1 Rakan, 1 Sinja, 1 Darius will alter the power of my team heavily. It's always worth it to do it, because the pirate gold you get will bring you up to 50 so fast. I'm willing to drop down to 30 a lot of the time,
Oh, really?
just to keep streak going. Yeah, the streak, and both in terms of gold and in terms of HP is so worth it.
Yeah. And so
But
we
like
won
you
that
see-
round, but it was a little bit close. So do we want to roll down and just really concentrate on finding that Darius here? Would you sell the
lucky.
castle? Like, would you make room for the Rakan somehow?
I probably would sell the castle actually.
Yeah, because we're closer
Kind
to
of
hitting
awkward,
that. Oh my
but
gosh.
well, no, you can press it. You can press it and you
Yeah.
buy it. Yeah.
We'll go down a little bit farther. Would you go any farther than this?
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
We have a creep round coming, so we shouldn't go too low.
Oh yeah, it's true.
And you're good on HP, and you're strong. You're very strong actually.
Okay. So do a little bit more scouting. We haven't done much scouting obviously because we've been chatting a lot. Looks like a pretty standard lobby though across the board, except
Yeah.
for there is 1 Star Guardian player, which is interesting. There he is, down at 8th of course.
And this is a Chinese mech, as we call it now. We random items
Oh, really?
after the start side. Yeah. It's become the thing now.
Interesting. Huh.
But this matchup is actually one of the best. This is actually why I started playing it as much as I did, because mech was very oppressive in high elo, and especially in tournaments. And this actually has a really good matchup into it.
Yeah.
You're actually unlucky enough that this mech has GA, so it actually didn't get the reset.
Yeah.
So GA is like the natural counter in terms of like items towards your comp. GA is really annoying.
Have you noticed Guardian Angel sort of on the rise lately? I feel like I've seen that in my like high diamond lobbies. But how about you, like in challengers? Are you experiencing something similar? Because there's so many like there's void builds. There's like the Kha'Zix carry builds. There's a lot of stuff that deletes carries right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that one-shot stuff, and GP is really coming back into the meta as well. So GA has a high priority again.
So that kind of lowers the Space Jam stock a little bit at the moment, huh?
A little bit, yeah. But the matchups is still good because you win against Mech, you win against Saya, and you also have a pretty decent matchup into the Void matchup.
Yeah.
Because you have a really good way of fighting it, which is backlining your team.
We got a whole Negatron cloak.
Yeah, I was gonna say you low roll this really hard.
A little bit.
That's
yeah.
unfortunate. And now you go just complete your team. You're gonna level here, I think, to take that. You can level here. It sucks, but you only lose 5%. But yeah, the whatever on the board, and just roll down, keep rolling.
Yeah. How far should I roll here? Because I feel like I really kind of start to need to hit.
Yeah. You hit everything. You hit everything.
Yeah. So stop rolling or keep rolling?
No, keep rolling. Keep rolling.
Okay. Keep going.
Probably go to 20. Go to 20.
All right.
Oh, there's Xinjiao.
Oh, there was Xinjiao anyway. Yeah. Oh, there's a Rakan. All right.
So
yeah, Rakan 3, Xinjiao 3 when we come back.
Yeah.
All right.
But normally I normally go down to 10 even on 5-1 normally, because this is where a lot of people, like even the people who went late level 8 are now level 8 and their comp is complete. So like the difference in power is way bigger now compared to like 1-4-3, where you might face someone who went fast level 8.
Yeah.
And it's not the same thing, you know. They went to level 8 safely with good econ. You know, they're gonna spike harder.
So would you go down to 10 now then?
Yeah, I would. Look for a Vanguard as well on the way.
Okay. Would you pick up the
No,
G?
don't. No, that's bait. That's bait.
Bait? All right. Just double checking.
You can take a Mordecai, yeah.
Yeah. It's there was another Mord. Could have had Mord too, but I messed up. Did you go lower?
You place the Mordecai system of the Darius, the second one.
Yeah.
Just to give your Jace the armor. It's really big.
So we're kind of low rolling right now. Like normally we hit a Darius. You know, me having played a lot of Space Jam games as well. Like it's kind of shocking we don't have the Darius tree right now.
Yeah, I don't want to be. You know, I don't want to be that way, but like we would have J3 right now if we didn't have that incident.
Yeah, that's true. You might be right there. Yeah.
But you're still probably fine.
Yeah.
Right now your team is kind of strong still, and you have a Rakan 3 with Sojourn, which is one of the best, like actually one of the best item carriers in your comp. He's the only one who uses mana items really well. I'd say wait now. Now wait to see what you get here, because you could get you can get something from the carousel that can help you, maybe a Jace.
Right. And I feel like, would you reposition here? I feel like I can still leave it the way it is. What do you think?
You can probably leave it. You can look for where you want to put your Shroud though, if you want to move that a little bit. You have the Shroud from the Thieves' Claws.
Yeah. Probably just do this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Just keep Jason Caston together, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. This guy's backlining and everything. He's playing that weird ass comp. Yeah, I don't know what to call this, but I normally only see it go 8th, so...
It's okay, so it's basically the comp where everybody gets hit by Rakan.
Yeah. Like this is why the Void matchup also really works. Like if you position in a way that your Jason and your Rakan can just collapse onto the whole clump of like Void units in the back, you just one-shot everything, especially when the Jace is 3-star.
Oh, would you pick up the GA? Or Death Cap?
Probably Death Cap, yeah. You have double defensive item, you need damage.
We'll see if we can. Other alternatives would be maybe Locket, would you say?
Yeah, Locket is good as well. Locket always gives you a lot of value because it scales with star level.
Yeah.
So for that reason, you can always go Locket.
We'll grab the Death Cap just to give Darius a little bit more punch.
Yeah.
There's lawn mowing going on outside my apartment suddenly. Hopefully that's not coming through on the speakers too much.
I can't hear it at all.
Okay, that's good.
Fine.
I live in the lawn maintenance capital of the world, apparently.
Oh, I see.
Every day when I'm streaming, man. Alright, so we've got this. Death Cap goes on to Darius.
Yeah, now you roll again to 10 and try and hit.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're so close, and you're like the spike, there you go. Take both of them, and just now we go level 8.
Okay. Sounds good. So now we just save for level 8, and then ideally we'll be able to find a Jace 3 along the way, because we haven't had an opportunity at all yet to get a Jace 3.
No, not at all. So the reason we were gonna go level 8 before it was actually like you would stay at 5 a bit and then go to 7 because the rolling odds changed a couple of patches ago. So your chance of finding a 3-star is the same at level 8 as it is level 7. So there's like no real reason to not go level 8 anymore.
Right.
So you just go straight to level 8. And then you can also add like your full comp.
We got destroyed.
Yeah, that guy actually.
That's
is
a lot of
short.
chrono Kale action going on there.
Look your fight if you're winning or not.
Yeah. So we're second in the lobby as far as HP goes. When you scout the other boards what are you looking for really? Oh, we're actually winning. We were looking at somebody else's board, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you look for is basically left, right side first of all,
Yeah.
because you want to have Cassidy and Jace like we mentioned earlier, because a lot of people place their carry up front now.
Right.
After that, it's where you want to place your Rakan. If you want to put it second or third row, like we mentioned before, like against assassins. Like if you put the Rakan down one for now, then it's gonna hit back front line instead of back line, for example.
Right. That makes
So
sense.
that's mostly what you look for. The positioning is very simple in terms of like going left or right or backlining. That's your three options.
Okay.
But it does make like all the difference to like actually have the correct positioning. Like you can turn a fight like with correct positioning can be a 20-0 for you. Like you could hit someone for 20 or get hit for 20 damage in late game. It's very one-sided depending on how Darius gets reset. Like you see now, he's killing the whole team.
Oh wow, yeah. So when would you go backline with this comp?
Mostly against Void and Mech Infiltrator. The reason you do it is because when the Infiltrators jump you, your units will move a bit up, right? Your melee units. They will leave one tile behind them. That's where, like for example, Kha'Zix will land. But they won't walk up far enough that your units won't aggro them. So if you have like Jace and Darius in the middle backline, they will pretty much always go on the assassins, which basically gives you free resets because obviously they're strong units like Kha'Zix, for example, is really really insane right now.
Yeah.
But it's still an assassin, right? It's really squishy, so it's very easy for you to get a free reset on it.
Just to kind of trap it like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you have Mana Reaver as well, which is super important. Like that's completely shuts down Kaisas as well for mech and so on.
So I look at this static shift and I'm thinking I probably just want to put this on the Rakan. But what do you think?
No, it's always Rakan. You
Okay.
get a little bit more mana
Yeah.
and attack speed, which helps your Sojourn get more value.
Right.
Now you're just gonna slow level to level 8. You're win streaking. You're good on HP.
Oh shoot! I hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
I'm not a good player. All right.
So you just keep going to level 8, and then when we hit level 8, you're gonna look for Jace, obviously.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna want to switch out your Mordekaiser for Wukong.
Yeah.
Because Wukong is obviously really strong right now. It's a 4 cost, but also like he got changed AI-wise, so he's really strong. And then you're gonna want to switch out your Ashe for a Lulu, and you're gonna add Soraka. So you don't need the Soraka right now. It's not. You're gonna find it for sure. It's not a super contested unit or anything, so you'll always find it. So you get Mystic in, and then at level 9, realistically, when you hit that, it's always gonna be Thresh for Chrono together with Wukong.
That makes
And
sense.
you get a third Mana Reaver. So you basically have 3 people on your team that can Mana Reaver the front line in the beginning, which is also really, really good.
So
because it makes sure that your Darius doesn't get CC'd.
Would you still go for Soraka and Lulu if there was like a couple strong Void players in the lobby, or how would you adapt in that case?
So in that case, I would probably focus more on like having the strongest board, which might be GP2, honestly. But like both Soraka and Lulu, even though they are obviously used for Mystic, are like insane units when they're 2-starred. So like even if you don't get Mystic value out of it in a Void matchup, it's still very strong, so you can probably still play it fine.
Okay, I tried to do a bit of switching because I think I saw Zephyr right there, and we haven't played that guy in a little while. Yeah, so we dodged the Zephyr at least. Oh no, we didn't.
Oh, no,
man.
Yeah, you didn't.
I tried to switch to Kassadin right at the last moment, but
it's actually fine because your Darius is gonna come down by the time some things are like a bit lower in HP, so it's actually not normally as bad to get Zephyr. Obviously, you don't want to get Zephyr, but the worst one is if you have Jace 3. Like if anyone like who wants to know how do I counter this comp with Zephyr or something, you Zephyr the Jace always. It's way more dangerous, especially as 3-star.
So
now you're just gonna look for you're just gonna look for Wukong, Soraka, and Lulu.
Okay. So let's see. How far would you roll down here?
Oh, you can roll. You're low in HP, and the fight's like it's almost over. So just keep rolling for
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And add a Chrono unit if you can. Or just add the Jace. You have a Jace on the bench on the right side.
Right.
Yeah, add that.
Okay.
You can sell the Mordekaiser and sell the Shogas.
Yeah. I'm a little bit slower in rolling down because we're chatting and stuff like that. But we had let's see. So We got the Wukong in. He's going to be a little bit annoying for people to deal with a little bit.
We should probably win this pretty easily, actually. Rakan got 2 really good ults.
I would think so, yeah. I mean, the Lulu ult,
Oh.
though. That Lulu ult, yeah.
Lulu ult actually was a Lulu diff there.
Yeah, I think if the Lulu ult hadn't come through, we probably would have won that. So now we just roll down for a Jace 3, basically. We grab the Lulu and we roll for a Jace 3. Is that right?
You can take the Thieves Gloves. Take the Thieves Gloves.
Oh, yeah, okay.
On the right side with Mordekaiser.
Yeah, yeah. And then Thieves Gloves will go on, I guess...
On Kassadin, probably.
On
he's one that can use the most amount of different items.
Yeah.
Wukong is fine as well if he's 2-starring though.
Yep, since he's only 1 star, I suppose we'll put it on Kassadin for now. Would you switch up the positioning at all?
No, the positioning is pretty fine. Yeah.
Okay.
You're just gonna roll down now.
Yeah.
Just try and hit everything.
Just gonna really try to find the Jace here, if we can. Let's pick up some other stuff along the way. Let's see. Oh, come on. There are a number of Jaces in the lobby already. Does make it a little bit challenging. Would you roll all the way down here?
Yeah, you're almost dead.
I suppose it makes sense, yeah. Oh, there's a Lulu.
Oh, the Lulu and Soraka.
Oh no, wow. Alright, well.
It's okay.
It's hard to roll down and have a conversation at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's not the gameplay, it's the conversation.
Yeah.
Forget that Jace 2 on the carousel. This would have been, honestly, it probably would have been a win. Like a lobby win.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you had the Jace, you would be like you would have had 20 HP more. Just that alone is probably enough to like place into the top 2 by far, like easily.
Oh,
just Jace.
We
keep rolling for it.
We could still theoretically win. It's just really unlikely because of a bunch of dumb mistakes that come along with this kind of thing. Would you put the Soraka? No, there's no reason to put the Soraka in.
No,
yeah.
Just play it like it is. I would actually probably play Kassadin over the second Jace.
Yeah.
Just because this disruption is really, really good. Yeah.
That makes sense. Let's see. Do I have any Zephyrs to worry about? Not really. It's really the Lulu too that's going to be the big problem here. Yeah, we could have positioned to the right a little bit more, I suppose, but
yeah.
And let's just put this on him, because why
not?
not?
Yeah, just place it.
Yeah. Do you kind of just throw your extra items on the Jace late game if he's got a spot open?
Normally I try to always give him 3 items if I can, or like 2 at least. He's a really big carry on 3-star, but you don't always get to like do both when you play tank Darius as well.
Yeah.
It's an unlucky game.
Yep, so that's a 3rd place. That's okay. These things happen. Again, it's and more than anything, it's just, you know, again, it's about the conversation, not the gameplay. Yeah. But looking back on that game, obviously I'm not going to ask, you know, why did we take 3rd, because we kind of have established that. But what would you say is the biggest challenge to playing Space Jam in the late game? Like, what do you have to be the most aware of in the when you're the top 3 or the top 2?
Well, positioning right now is like probably the key thing. Like, especially in high elo, like, you're always gonna have like everyone position for each other, especially in the end.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of mind games. There's a bit of like fact of like actually moving last second and stuff. But just being ready to like position Cassidy Jace together with Darius is like the most important thing.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, that can literally turn the fight like completely on its head. Mm-hmm. As well as Rakan, obviously.
All right. So have you been playing much of the Kha'Zix carry Void stuff?
Yeah, I have. Okay. Pretty much anyone in high elo has played it right now because.
Well, and you also really liked Void as well for a while, a couple patches ago.
Yeah, I was one of the people who probably like, I guess, popularized
I would say
the old build.
Definitely.
And but it was a very different build back then compared to today.
Back then it was just Brawler Void basically.
Yeah, back then the Kha'Zix wasn't even a unit. You could have Kha'Zix won the whole
He was
whole
a synergy bot. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. They didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And now it's one of your main carries, so it's very different. And also playstyle wise, it's very different. Like back then, you could slow roll at 7 or 8 even, like which is like impossible now because you take so much damage. So
yeah. Well, let's get into game number 2. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. I have hit find game, so we're in queue at the moment. And hopefully we'll get an opportunity to play Void, because I'd really kind of like to have your thought process going through a Void game. Do you think how forcible do you feel Void is right now?
Oh, that's a problem. It's really forcible, actually.
Okay, let's do it. Let's force Void then next game.
It's very forcible because
All
the main issue, or issue, I guess the strongest point about the comp is that realistically you only need Kha'Zix to like get you to level 8. So, and it has the other advantage of your Void units can be found at level 5, right?
Yeah.
When slow rolling. So you could actually luck into like early Voids at level 6. Like you could just level to 6 when you have your Voids and just put it on, and you're insanely strong. You just go for free level 8. It's super strong.
Well, let's do it. I mean, we've got you here. We're talking to you, Gunmay, the Void expert, I would say, in competitive TFT right now. So let's force it, with the caveat that obviously, like, forcing is probably not the ideal way to play the game right now.
Yeah.
But since this is all about like what you're thinking through when you're playing a Void game, let's just do it, just so we can kind of explore that thought process.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is exciting to me too, because way back in like March, which would have been like patch 10.6, I think it was, or something like that, I started playing Brawler Void because I got tired of all of the Vanguard comps. And back then, actually, the reason I started playing Void was because Protector Celestial was really big. And that So I'm like, let's make a Void comp. And Void Brawlers made the most sense. So I was just doing that. And why did you start playing Void back when you did? Because you started playing it around the same time.
So the first day of the patch, I saw another streamer, a French streamer called Voltarius. He was doing it on high elo EOS. He was playing it.
Okay.
I noticed he had figured out you could manipulate the Vel'Koz AI, the old AI. Take a sword here, by the way. Take a sword. Sword. Otherwise, crit glove is fine as well.
Oh, okay. Can we grab it? What do we get?
Bow. Take a bow.
All right, we get the bow. The bow's for, I mean, because you build an RFC on the Kha'Zix pretty
yeah. Normally, I don't start a bow because you don't want to get in a place where you have 3 bows. Because the third one is really useless.
Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't get the sword. There was a Kha'Zix there, and weirdly enough, we're in our second star cluster in a row here. But
yeah, actually,
it's strange. But you probably wouldn't. Would you have considered grabbing that Kha'Zix? It had a chain vest on it. How high priority is that?
Yeah, I probably would have, but you weren't in position, I believe, for it. I think it was on the other side, maybe.
It was.
I actually didn't see
off,
if it.
But either way, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
It would have been fine because it could make GA, so
yeah,
you probably would have taken that. Yeah.
There's a Kha'Zix. Would you just?
You can take the Kha'Zix in the Malphite. Yeah. So you're never gonna play Zoe. There's no way.
Yeah.
And you keep the Kai'Sa as well. Keep the Kai'Sa.
Yep.
And then you take Malphite, and you're gonna take Blitzcrank as well, and TF. Those are like your main units to take here.
Can I just slam the recurve bow and Kha'Zix?
No, wait. You can wait. There's no. You're gonna beat the PvE. Don't worry.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So is there ever a situation, because I usually don't use any of my item components until like after pretty much all the PvE rounds. Is there ever a time you would put items on early? I suppose if you had something you knew you wanted, but generally it's better to wait.
If it was the mech method, don't sell TF.
No. Okay.
The TF, you need the TF.
Okay.
TF there, Kha'Zix as well.
Oh right, TF. To go with like a Blitzcrank.
You want TF, Malphite, Blitzcrank, Kai'Sa, and Kha'Zix. Those are your 5 units you want to focus on in the early game.
Right.
Kai'Sa's gonna hold your Vel'Koz items and also gives you Infiltrator, which is great.
Right.
And Blitzcrank and Malphite are the 2 early brawlers you can get. And TF is really broken and gives you Chrono.
Yep.
So like that setup is insanely strong. And at level 6 you're probably gonna add Vel'Koz if you have found it while slow rolling. And then you get Sork, and then at 7 you add your Shogat.
Makes sense. We can sell.
Oh, you sell that for gold. Exactly. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, there's a Kha'Zix 2. Perfect. Would you put in the Blitzcrank over the Kai'Sa? What do you think?
I would put in Blitzcrank over the Malphite, and you put Blitzcrank in the right corner, and you put Vel'Koz, the Kha'Zix and the Kai'Sa on the left side.
Okay. Interesting. So why would you position it like this?
So the reason you want to position it like this is because Blitzcrank will hook the left target, right? So probably leaving another unit exposed in the same corner together with, like, let's say, normally you put your main carry on the second tile from the... You can put a BF sword on your Kha'Zix, by the way.
Okay.
So like now you see, now you're isolated against this target with your ult. So it's gonna one-shot it for sure. Even if his shields comes up, it's that. Actually it reached...
the Leona got there to prevent the isolation. Yeah.
But that's an idea. There you got another. That's a good loss, as Scar would say.
Yeah, and you don't honestly mind losing early with any comp, really, because better carousel priority for the first carousel is pretty key, it seems like, to the early game.
Yeah, it's fine, yeah.
There's a Darius, I don't know.
Yeah, actually. There's a Kha'Zix, perfect.
Yeah.
You're just gonna lose the econ for it. Normally, you could also sell the Blitzcrank to be honest, which I might actually consider doing here if I were you.
I'd say
I put in the Malphite.
Yeah.
Or like even you could put in maybe the Kha'Zix even. He has infiltrator buff.
What do you think?
You sell the Blitzcrank, yeah.
Yeah.
Blitzcrank is never gonna go 3 stars, so you could actually do it.
How would you position? Would you keep it here?
Yeah, it's right or left side. At this point, it's a coin flip because people are gonna position on different sides, and you can't like know who you're facing at this point.
Right.
There's only one guy faced.
So this person elected to slam a QSS fast. Now, I'm of the opinion that QSS is a great item, but never something you should build first. What do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The QSS is really key on a few units. And for those few units, it's like core. You need it for them to like really work. Like Seraph, for example, or MF. Like you really need something like that. All perfect with Kha'Zix.
Yeah, nice.
Take the TF and you add the Malphite here.
Okay.
For frontline instead of TF.
Oh.
No, instead of...
yeah, what am I doing? There we go.
Exactly, yeah.
And then would you put the Malphite on this side, or put him over here to kind of like distract, maybe?
No, put him in the backline. Put him in the backline because it's gonna bait the enemy team to move up. And then you're also gonna have more isolation targets, like a bigger chance of isolating something in the backline.
Would you consider?
That's the reason. Yeah.
What's that? Where would you like the Kha'Zix with the sword? Does it really matter in your opinion, or would just?
I mean, you could probably put it more to the corner, but it's not gonna matter that much in this point.
Yeah. When you're approaching like the early game, how much do you really like min-max your positioning? You know?
Well, right now. A lot, because it actually matters, because a lot of people are like playing very seriously on ladder right now because of the snapshots. So if you don't do it, you're gonna take some losses you could have prevented.
Yeah.
So early positioning is really important, but it's also something that requires the other players in the lobby to also like pay attention for it to begin. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So are you looking for the RFC completion here, or the GA maybe? What do you want?
I would probably take RFC. Yeah.
That seems
you're
to be
probably
like,
never gonna get Chain Vest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Take the crit glove then.
Yeah. For the Infinity Edge.
You can go for the Infinity Edge. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That makes sense. So in terms of item priority for Kha'Zix, would you say it would go Rapid Fire Cannon, Infinity Edge, and then some defensive item?
Yeah, probably. I think GA is really good. It might actually be over Infinite Edge, but at this point you're not gonna hold 3 item components. You're just gonna slam the item, and you can put in TF here instead of the Malphite.
All right.
It's more HP.
Yeah.
And you can give him the bow as well to the Kha'Zix now that you have. There you go.
Might as well, yeah.
And you can take up the Kaisa as well in the shop.
Take out the
because
Kaisa?
you take the Kaisa from the shop.
Oh right.
Side.
Yeah, I misheard you for a second. I was like, take out the Kaisa. What?
No, you always make Kaisa because she's gonna hold your Morelos, your QSS,
she's your Vel'Koz item holder.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's
and then later the infiltrator you wanna play is Fizz.
Yeah. So that's one of the nice things about this comp too, is that it does kind of flow very nicely, where you have some item holders early on that make really good use of items that your later carries will pick up.
That's the reason I picked it up in the beginning, Void, where I was the old iteration, because I really enjoyed playing the early game.
Okay.
Because you had so many different pivots, so like so many different early game options. You can play Rebels, you can play what we were playing now with Infiltrator Kaisa. Like there were so many options in terms, because the core of Malphite, TF, and Blitzcrank rounds out the team so nicely. Oh, there you go, another Kha'Zix. You're in such a good spot, actually.
Yeah, we found so many Kha'Zix before level 5. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you've had like pretty much a good loss every time. So you're 92 HP after boosting 3 rounds. That's so good. You could be at 84 or something right now, for sure.
We could be where Vuv 1000 is.
Yeah, exactly.
With his double Vanguard 2 rod start. Oh, man.
That's a rough one.
We should do a little bit of scouting here.
Okay, the double there, yes. That's a scary one.
I was gonna say. Yeah. All right, so a little Vanguard Sorcerer action going on here. But we'll see. Again, if we lose, it's not going to be a bad loss, which is one thing I've been noticing with this, is that We've been losing, but we just now dropped below 90, so it's been great so far.
Yeah, it's completely fine.
Yeah. So
Because once you hit Kha'Zix 3, you stabilize insanely hard. You're probably not gonna lose much more rounds, as long as you position properly with Blitzcrank hooks. And there you go, up Blitzcrank.
Speaking of Blitz, we picked that up.
Yeah, you play it over one of the Kha'Zixes right now. For Krugs here, because Krugs is a bit scary.
Okay.
So you're gonna, you put Blitzcrank up in the middle of all of it, in the middle, exactly there.
Okay.
And you put up TF to the right, top right. There you go.
There we go. Yeah.
Because this is a bit scary, not gonna lie.
It is. Should we have leveled here?
No. You will not need to level.
All right.
But you need to have Blitzcrank in where he is now, because now you get isolated like one of them, and it's fine.
Right.
So you're gonna win this for sure.
I gotta say, like, honestly, this round, the Krugs round, is the scariest round in the game for me. Because I've just had so many, like, embarrassing losses. You know, and even if you haven't lost to Krugs for, like,
Zelda left the Ari.
Yeah. Oh, we got RC. That's great.
Perfect. And half a GA. You're in such a good spot. It's insane.
Awesome.
So you can you slow roll over 50. Just roll and keep picking up the units we talked about earlier.
Right. Okay, so
Malphite.
Malphite. I'm gonna be rolling a little bit slow.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. That's a
go.
great thing about it. You're not in any rush at all.
Would you level here and put in the Malphite?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
You lose 1 gold, but it's gonna make sure that you probably win this fight.
How is the positioning?
So you wanna have your Malphite, one to the right and TF between the Malphite and the Blitzcrank, because then the TF focuses whatever your Blitzcrank's hooks.
Yeah.
So it's easier to kill that first. And like we talked about earlier, you're gonna have the Kha'Zix on the opposite side where you have Blitzcrank hook.
Because playing early infiltrators is all about isolating targets.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You could sell the Kai'Sa here actually. Sell the Kai'Sa for gold.
Okay, because Kai'Sa's just an item holder, so getting her to 2-star isn't even a big priority.
No, exactly. If you have an early Morelos or something, getting her 2-star is really important. But right now you're gonna go for Kha'Zix items only. So
Yeah.
just keep rolling over 50 and you just relax.
Right.
Think about the day.
Yeah.
TF on
TF, there we go. Do you find yourself hitting a TF3 very often?
Sometimes. TF isn't really super important after a nerf, to be honest. It's not the most insane spike. I think Malphite is really good though, because he will buy you a lot of time in the late game.
Right, especially if you get a Malphite 3 with like a Zz'Rot or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, someone already has a Kha'Zix 3. Uh-oh.
Oh, but that is fine. It's fine. You're in such a good spot. Like that's the biggest complaint a lot of the top elo players have about this comp, is that it can hold hands at 1 and 2 normally, contesting each other.
Right.
And that's because Kha'Zix is really the only thing that matters. Because you can always reach level 8.
And you can have 2 people with a 3-star Kha'Zix. That's not very
Yeah,
uncommon.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. You can technically have 3. I had that the other day. I had 3 people in my lobby, Kha'Zix 3, which is that's unlikely, but that can even happen. So.
I think one of the games I played with Akror, we had 3 other successful Xayah 3 Shredder players. It's crazy. All right, so just roll the excess again.
Yeah, just keep going like this. You can take up the fizz possibly.
I was gonna say, that's what I was about to ask, is if you would grab the fizz there.
You can play it over the Kai'Sa.
We can just sell the Kai'Sa now, honestly, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can. It doesn't look like you're gonna find any Valkos items, so for now you're just focusing on getting a sword here.
Yeah.
You're still good on priority for the carousel, so just go for sword here, and you have your perfect Kha'Zix.
So I could have been doing a little bit more scouting as far as like trying to position my infiltrators around where people's backline units were. But again, conversation. But I feel like that's probably something where you would be doing a lot more scouting here, right?
Yeah. Scouting is like it's simple, but it's also really important in this comp for the same reason it was in Space Jam. It's mostly left or right, but it makes all the difference in the fights.
I think one of the
this
things
guy rolled down everything on 5, or is it 6? I can't remember.
Oh, I was so close.
It's level 5.
Do we go 6 here?
No. You stay at 5 until 4-1, where you're all in for the Kha'Zix.
You want the 40% chance at 1 cost, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. It's really important. And then once you hit the Kha'Zix, if you're close to Malphite, you could roll a little bit more maybe, but probably not. Just take the sword here.
Yep. Going for the sword. Making sure I hit the right dude. There we go.
Yeah.
All right,
so you go 4-1 here, and you get the Kha'Zix if you haven't gotten it by then, and then you just start going for level 8.
So would you, how far would you roll down here at 4-1 to try to find the Kha'Zix?
Oh, you have to hit it. You have to hit it. If you don't hit it, Yeah, because he has all your items right now.
Yeah, roll into the
And yeah, pretty much. And then when you hit it, you stop and you start going to level 8.
Right.
And you look for the unit we talked about earlier.
Yeah, looking for basically brawlers. At
Yeah.
that point.
Oh,
there's a-
Shogath, perfect. That's super good.
Yeah, we'll pick him up. Would you play him over the Malphite too?
Not if you. Oh, Kha'Zix.
Yep. I'm trying really hard to not miss stuff.
Yeah. Fizz.
Look at the Fizz. Wow, 2 Fizz. That's kind of
Okay,
crazy.
you can stop there. Oh, I was not gonna go more, but you can go to 40 now that you're
Yeah.
close.
Oh, you wouldn't have gone. I thought we were rolling down to try to find.
No,
him.
there we go.
Oh, there he
Perfect,
is.
perfect.
Oh, perfect. All right then.
You just stop there, and now we go level 8. Is basically the plan now.
Yeah.
We slowly go to level 8. You're probably strong enough now that you can actually just keep going like this. Like, look, Kha'Zix gonna destroy everything. He has the same Kha'Zix as you do,
Yeah.
and the Morello. He high rolled insanely hard.
Yeah.
His items are actually insane. Like I don't know how he high rolled this hard, and he has a Nico as well.
Yeah.
But he rolled down. Okay, never mind. He rolled down. Look at him. He's level 6, 0 gold.
Yeah.
So him winning this round is fine. Like it's gonna happen.
Right. And we can still feel better about ourselves because we have more gold.
Yeah, for sure. This is why you don't wanna like hyper roll unless you have basically 6 Kha'Zixes on 3-1, because if you don't hit, you cripple your economy for like the whole game, and this comp doesn't come online properly until level 8.
Right.
That's when you really spike.
And I think when people there's a Blitz 2. Do I go to 6 and put in the
No, you don't have to. You can relax. We're gonna be more aggressive after the creep round, but you're almost. You can maybe make econ here, so you're probably gonna sell the Malphite if you lose the Malphite on bench.
Yeah, I think I want to move over here. I've been seeing, a few more carries getting shifted there.
Yeah, this is basically what you do. Normally, like, you can keep. You know how you can keep track of like. You can only face 3 people at the same at any given time.
Right.
So there's a way to like track that, and like by doing that, it makes this a lot easier because you can always narrow it down to 3 people. So you just take, go for the carries on those 3 people's sides instead of all 7 boards.
And it basically rolls over on the neutral rounds, right, where the cycle kind of starts again.
No. It keeps going until someone dies.
I see.
Every time someone dies, it resets. You sell the Malphite on your bench.
Yeah. Oh shoot. So Kha'Zix got stuck on the Poppy there, and that's what caused a big problem for me.
Once you hit Void, it's gonna be really easy to kill that. So
yeah. Do I pre-level again here, or what do you think?
No. Yeah, I mean you can, but it doesn't really matter right now.
I suppose
you're
I
just
don't
gonna
want
go
to keep
level
my gold
7.
locked up, right?
It might be possible that we since you're low on HP, you're probably gonna roll a bit on level 7 to find Void.
Okay.
To give you a big boost in power.
So when would you go to 7 then? 4-1 or?
We'll see depending on what items you get. Okay,
got a
you got
belt.
nothing. Wow, you got 2 gold on the belt. That's
We've low rolled items this game.
low
for
roller.
sure.
Yeah, this is actually insane.
Yeah.
Just level over the 50 gold for now, and we probably level next turn.
Okay. Belt goes on maybe Cho? Or
I
no?
don't think you have to commit it, but you can probably put it on.
I probably should
it's
keep
probably
it.
no, it's probably gonna be Morello's. Yeah.
Yeah. Morello's for
You
Vel'Koz
probably
later,
wanna
right?
hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you hold it for now.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a problem. Is like if you look, we just have less items in terms of numerical items.
Yeah.
This game.
That just happens sometimes.
Yeah, we're due for like a whole ton of items from our crafters, but that's not good for us. The other Void player has Void already.
Yeah.
well.
Sorry, he's strong as hell, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
And that's one of the things where like we said we were going to force this, but we actually did have a good start for it. Regardless.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
for sure.
But then sometimes
Yeah, you had like 7 or 6 Kha'Zixes at 2-2 or something. It was really big.
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes I suppose when you're playing, you get in those situations where you do have a really good start towards a certain composition, and then you dedicate it to it. And there we go. Do I go
You
to
put
7?
in the Vel'Koz over the. You can actually just level. Yeah, straight up level.
Yeah.
Vel'Koz.
How do you position this?
So there's a triangle position where you have basically switch the Shogath and Blitzcrank,
Okay.
and then put what's it called Shogath and Malphite over the your backline.
Yeah.
Put them like there exactly. Yeah.
Like that?
And then and you switch the TF with the Blitzcrank depending on like what side you're going, right?
Right.
So you get if
okay.
you want to jump right with Kha'Zix, you switch TF and Blitzcrank here, for example.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that makes it so you only have to switch like 3 units every time when you want to switch like fast.
So I had Blitzcrank on the wrong side there, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yep.
But it's fine. You have Void now, and you're insanely strong. The power spike you just got is crazy.
Great. I like to power spike. That rhymed, but that was not intentional. All right, so we can move the Kazakhs over. Do we do any rolling here or anything like that? Wukong?
No, right now you're just gonna go level 8 and add Vi for 4 brawlers.
Yeah.
And at level 8, you're gonna try and upgrade your whole board. Right now, you're really strong. Like, if I compare you to the lobby, the only one who can face you is probably the Space Jam guy and the other Void guy.
Yeah, where's
There's
Space
one
Jam
guy with 6-3 that's okay, but
that guy's strong.
Yeah, he's pretty strong.
Yeah.
And he has QSS as well, which might make it a bit harder because Shogat can't buy you time.
Right, right. It's so weird to see this with Kazakhs as the carry now. I never would have expected to see the day.
Yeah, me neither. This unit sucked.
Yeah.
This unit was so useless in the beginning of the set.
He
and
was
now
so
it's
bad
insane.
for so long, and now he's just getting taken out. As soon as he gets good, out of the game.
Yeah, true actually. But I understand that Void is a really problematic thing to balance because something scales with true damage. It's so hard to like see where it's going.
So we want
Here
the
you're
rock.
probably just gonna go on AP here. Yeah.
We want the Morel now
You
for
can,
Vel'Koz.
there's a world where you take the Fizz
Really?
just to make Zephyr and just have the Fizz 2 to power spike now.
Well, I guess we grab that if
but
we... yeah.
Yeah, you can do it now because you don't have anything else that's really insane here.
Yeah.
Like, Vel'Koz is obviously one of your main carries.
Yeah.
But with these Kha'Zix items, it's gonna be probably a Kha'Zix show this game. So it's probably fine.
It makes
You
sense.
just grab whatever AP item you can later on.
Yeah. Vel'Koz kind of becomes like the item dumpster later on in the game.
The reason also Zephyr isn't bad on the Assassins is because you're gonna hook left side, for example, now, right? And you're on the left. So you're gonna Zephyr the right side instead.
Right.
So let's say you miss, you go to the wrong board and you go like, let's say you missed the Kale or something. You're gonna Zephyr that board and buy you more time anyways.
Yeah.
So it's basically about stalling time and letting your Kha'Zix basically clean up. The less backliners they have, the easier it is to isolate them, right, and kill them.
Now, I haven't been keeping track at all of who I've played this game, but I feel like I kind of want to do this because there's a Kale back here, and I don't think we played that player yet. So
if you're not like sure who you're fighting, switching is always like a good move, just in general to move around.
Oh, it's the
in
other
case
boy
someone
guy.
else is targeting you.
Yeah.
You're probably strong at this point actually.
You
have
think
Fizz too. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I suppose we do have the Fizz too, and our I think the big thing is our Vel'Koz just got so many free shots off. Not white enough though. No, so close.
You lower all there. The Kha'Zix went on your Kha'Zix before.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chance to actually get an ult off there.
It's a bummer. So do I pick up the Blitz here? Blitz 3 is...
No, you're never gonna go Blitz 3. Yeah, there's no point.
So do
you're just gonna go level 8.
Yeah, 8 after Arc Raptors, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna leave the positioning to be about the same here, I would think. Yeah. Seems reasonable based on who we played. Normally in the game, sometimes I do write down, who I've played and who I haven't, and I have like, you just take like the first letter or the first 2 letters of the names and arrange it on like a doc next to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you do that often? Do you find yourself like writing down the players in the lobby and keeping track of that?
In tournaments, I always do it. On ladder, I'll be honest, I'm a bit lazy, so I don't. But I normally just keep track from the thing above, like in the top. You can see who you faced and stuff.
Yeah.
Just keep like a mental note, basically.
Okay.
But in tournaments, I always keep track. I know every time which 3 I can fight. Because you have to, like at the high level, because everyone else is doing it. So if you don't, you're gonna get clapped.
Yeah, that makes sense. So level 8 after the Arc Raptors. Hopefully we get something good for Vel'Koz, but right now I'm guessing that we're probably going to be looking for the Cho'Gath 2 and the Vel'Koz 2 are the big priorities,
exactly.
huh?
Yeah, you're just looking to upgrade your board, basically. You're gonna find Cho'Gath 2, Vel'Koz 2, and add Vi 2. And after that, it's basically like if you can slow roll at 8, it's obviously great because Cho'Gath 3, Vel'Koz 3 is one of your win conditions.
Yeah.
Because they do insane damage even if they have no items. Because 3-star
suppose
Void
we're
units.
fairly unlikely to hit because there's another Void player.
Yeah, there's another Void player, so the chance of you finding it is very low.
But the funny thing is we haven't seen a single Void yet. So what would you do with these items? I see a Frozen Heart.
Probably Frozen Heart Face. Frozen Heart Face. You lower all items again. I can't believe it actually.
Yeah, it has.
You just gotta level up and look for Vi. You can take the face as well if you want to.
Vi, where would you put the Vi? Here or here?
So you put it where Malphite is, and
Okay.
put Malphite in front of the Shogath and the Vi.
Oh,
So
okay,
you basically
like the
do this triangle position, which
Yeah.
helps in the mirror matchup,
Okay.
and also makes it so you can put that on. I guess I actually don't know who
Put on
you can have it.
Cho.
No, probably Malphite to be honest, because if you find a Thieves Gloves, it's possible you wanna give it to Shogath.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. We'll see how we do. It is funny how the items have kind of been. So, if with this kind of game, do you just sort of shrug and be like, well, it do be like that sometimes, or do you have any secret strats that you like to employ to sort of like?
Yeah, you say I got Mortogged, and you go next. That's the play.
All right. It's we're not doing terribly. Like we still might top 4. It's a
Oh
possibility.
yeah, you're looking fine. Top 4 for sure.
Yeah.
This is no question. So,
So-
you just roll for the upgrade of your board. That's all you do now.
Right. So show, there we go. And then how much would you roll down here? Stay above 50 probably?
You can stay above 50 until you like actually lose again.
Yeah.
If you take a bad loss, you're gonna roll down and upgrade everything. The problem with like waiting a little bit is maybe that the other guy will take a lot of the units out of the pool, so it becomes harder to find, right?
That's what I'm always worried about. Yeah. So what do you think
But
about
at this
that?
point, you already have Shogath. You have Shogath 2 already, and in all honesty, your Vel'Koz has no items, so he's kind of just there.
Yeah.
So he's obviously good. It's a void unit with a high damage spell, but he's not gonna carry the team. So obviously you want him 2-star, but that's about it.
So here's a question for you then. How often do you find yourself rolling more aggressively to try to beat the other person that's contesting you?
That's a hard question.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you want to unit. There's a Vi. There's a Vi. over the
Yeah,
game.
right.
So the idea is, right, you have to always look at it like in terms of how many units there is in the pool for every unit, right? Like for example, there's only 12 for every 4 cost. So like if the other guy has like 3 well cost, that's not that bad. Like you're always gonna still hit. You don't have to rush. But if you see he's about to hit Vel'Koz 3, you wanna make sure that you're 4 Vel'Koz, because you don't deny him from that win condition.
Yeah.
So in those situations, I would roll more aggressively to like actually stop him from that, because that also gives me still a chance to fight him. But that's normally something that happens late game.
Grab the Thieves Gloves here probably? What do you think?
Probably Thieves Gloves, yeah.
Otherwise,
the
maybe...
QSS would be nice, but I don't think it's that important either. I think it's Thieves Gloves.
If not Thieves Gloves, then like something defensive for the Cho'Gath maybe?
Yeah, you could also do Hodge for potentially for or the Shroud.
I got Thieves Gloves
Yeah,
at
that's
least.
fine. You get Thieves Gloves. That's really good. Yeah.
Thieves Gloves on Cho, I guess that's fine because it's Cho too.
Yeah, you're gonna roll down a little bit here, try and upgrade your board the last ones, and if you get the Vel'Koz 2, you can put Thieves Gloves on him instead of the.
I see. So don't commit yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you oftentimes find yourself buying the other some of the other cost of that in the lobby to try to find it? There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
You can stop here then and go level 9 now.
Yeah. So now we go to 9. Which one did you put the Thieves Gloves on now?
Vel'Koz for sure.
Vel'Koz is a little bit more of a carry. Oh wow, there's a Ludens.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Would you sell the TF here? We're not gonna TF through this.
Yeah, you're probably gonna sell TF and I was just gonna say probably the Fizzes, to be honest, to make gold. You're probably Fizz 3 is not bad at all.
It's
but
decent.
I don't know if it's worth costing you econ.
That's the thing.
Because you're going level 9 right now, so like at level 9 you're probably gonna add either another Void unit, you're close to Shogath 2 again,
Yeah.
so you might just play another Shogath 2, or you're gonna play like something like a GP2 if you hit that, for example.
I've noticed that Lulu kind of seems like the band-aid fix for every comp, right?
Yeah.
Lulu can make any comp good.
you go,
Oh, we're getting so many shows. It's nice.
Yeah.
Would you keep rolling down here, or would you just
No,
keep
no,
safe
no.
for
Just
8?
go level 9 now.
Yeah.
You're still healthy compared to the lobby.
Let's.
No, yeah, Lulu is like one of those units that's really bad at level 1 because normally she doesn't go off because she has a low health pool. She can easily get cleaved by the most random thing and just die.
Yeah.
But at level 2, like she always almost goes off, and like 4 units getting CC'd is like insane,
It's the end
especially
of the
if
game,
it hits the
basically.
right units.
Yeah. All right. So we're second in HP currently. Our Zephyr got, or our Kazakh's got Zephyr, which is kind of annoying, but at least he's kind of clearing off people on Vel'Koz. Might not work out though. Yeah, Lulu again.
This is a Lulu diff, yeah.
If we would have jumped on it. So I was kind of prioritizing around people that had stuff over there, and we just haven't been hitting those people. Again, like, probably could do a little bit better job of setting things up like that, but oh well. Oh, so here's a question. Trap Claw, I would be tempted to put it on Fizz because he's jumping into the carries, but what do you think? Would you go Cho
so
instead?
normally you would have liked it to have it on Vel'Koz, obviously, for the chance of getting like an uninterrupted ult.
Mm-hmm.
Here, normally what I do is I wait with Trap Claw and I put it on mid-fight and see where like an important ult is gonna fall. So you just basically do what you do with like Zephyr or something, you cheese it for the one win. Because having it on the front line is kind of awkward, it's not that insane. So I'll probably Shogath is gonna be the end result. You're just gonna level now and add Shogath, the second Shogath.
Okay. There you go. And what about positioning? Right there, maybe?
It's around the same position where the rest is, yeah.
Okay.
Like for example, there's a Ziggs player, right?
Yeah.
You can put your Shogath in front where you have Malphite.
Uh-huh.
And you probably can put Trap Claw on him, so the Ziggs gets stunned.
Right.
By using it on the Shogath. Yeah, here, perfect.
There we go.
Yeah, put it
Okay.
there.
Cool.
So
And
now
there
it stuns that, and it's gonna die before it's cast anymore, because that's gonna stun lock you otherwise. Now you win this round just simply because of that.
Yeah. Wow.
And you hit him for 20. So that's why I always wait with this. Like, look at that. He went from like 35 to 13.
Wow. So it is like a huge priority to be placing those items mid-game.
Oh yeah. Every little edge is important. Like every little edge can make the smallest like difference. And that's why you always scout and look where they are, because that's why I told you to like put him in front in the middle, because I saw the Ziggs. And it's like I know that Ziggs is in range, so he's always gonna target the Shogath first.
I'm gonna
so
swap.
he can't like not ult. Yeah, you can swap. Yeah, swap.
Yeah, I'm waiting till the last moment. But...
Yeah.
And it's a pretty easy comp as far as like making those switches late game.
Oh yeah,
There's
for
another
sure.
little edge for it. All right, so here's our Void brother here. We do have 2 Cho'Gath 2s, and he only has 1. So we got that going for us anyway. We'll see. Oh, Vi died before she ulted the Vel'Koz. That's kind of nice. Vel'Koz hasn't taken that much damage yet. Okay. Yeah, I guess we win.
Hey, you win this for sure. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Cool. So
Top
that feels
3?
good. That's the first time we beat him in this game.
Yeah.
Yep. So now someone died. We're down to top 3. So we could play
Yeah,
either person, right?
You can play either person or a ghost, so it could literally be anything. So you keep the positioning similar, because if you go against the 6 guy again, right?
Would you roll
and you
down?
go on the right side. No, you can stay. You can stay.
Okay.
You're gonna roll down next turn probably.
Yeah,
Because
if we lose. All right.
yeah, there's not a lot that you can do in terms of upgrading your ward. It's probably Lulu 2, honestly. The only thing that you can probably find.
Right.
MF2 or GP2 is also fine.
Any basically a lot of the 2-star 5 costs, just not like the Aurelion Soul or something like that.
Exactly.
So we didn't quite land on the MF.
That's fine. The 6 gets focused there and it's gonna die. So.
Okay.
Oh, the GP ult might save it.
We'll see.
I
I think the Frozen Hearts seem to do a lot of work right there, actually.
Yeah, Frozen Hearts is insanely broken, actually.
Yeah. Ooh, that was close.
Ooh,
60
that was
HP.
close, actually.
Yeah.
These are really important to win, because you don't want to take ghost damage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Another
you
trap.
can actually... Oh,
What do you
yeah,
think?
Trap Claw probably is the best. Yeah, they're probably gonna take it, though.
Yeah, probably. It's too good not to, right? What do you think
I was
about
gonna say,
infiltrating
because
drones on a Cho'Gath?
I guess you could probably take it and... Yeah, take it, actually. You can take it. There's nothing else really here. You can take Sojin. Or like make QSS, but the problem is you have the cloak on Malphite, and finding Malphite at 9 is kind of awkward to have to remake this.
Now, would you
So
put
you're
the
probably gonna
Infiltrators challenge on the Trap Claw or the non-Trap Claw?
I'd probably put it on TF and like add another, and like look for Echo. Look for Echo.
On TF,
See if you
really?
can find Echo too.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't want anyone else to jump right now.
What is an Echo?
Echo?
So TF and then put him
Probably
inside
won't.
the second show?
Yeah, but I would probably not do it for the... I don't know if I would do it now, but
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
keep
wait.
like
We'll
that.
wait.
Echo 2 could actually be good, but like Echo
Yeah.
1 is kind of, for lack of a better word, a piece of shit. Like he's really weak. He doesn't really ult ever, so
Yeah.
even though 4 the attack speed would be great in your classics, right? Because he's the main carry right now, right?
Right.
Normally I would never do this late game, but all of your items on classics, so giving me any boost you can is probably good.
Yeah. So really, as far as like beating this Void guy, it's gonna go back and forth. It kind of comes down to some random stuff. Wow, he found another Vel'Koz too. I'd put that in over the Cho'Gath too. What do you think?
I would actually put it over the. I would actually. Oh, fuck. I was gonna say you could actually, if you had that before, you would have given it Infiltrator Spat and made the.
Yeah, for sure.
But play the Cho'Gath. Play the Cho'Gath for sure over the.
Over the Vel'Koz?
Yes, roll down. Yeah, roll down. Roll all you go.
Okay.
You don't have that much
Oh,
time.
it's too
but
late. Oh no. All right. Well,
Thresh-
we didn't
Thresh
get a
could have
good
been
last
decent.
round, but we could have found the
That's fine.
Thresh too, possibly. There's
Oh,
some
you
other
might
stuff that we
actually
could have
lose this
gotten.
because
It is
yeah,
what it
you
is.
don't. I don't think you win this actually because the trap claw was not close enough.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a.
We're third place gamers actually. We panic at late game. That's it's bad. You actually might win. Nah,
MF. Oh,
That's
that
so
MF.
close.
12 HP.
you have one more
Oh, he
left.
lived at least. All right. Yeah. Normally, I'd grab.
Thresh
Yeah.
is. Oh.
Oh wow, Rebel. Interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you could do Rebel somehow, but with Azol maybe, but like it's actually so bad. Like Azol is not a unit either.
Yeah.
It's really sad. Look how many Shogas and the Vel'Koz the other guy have. You have 4 like.
He's got 2 on his
just
bench.
6.
He's got.
Yeah,
Let's see.
You can still hit. I'm wondering if you maybe just roll down and see if you can find Shogas.
Yeah. We'll try it. I'll sell the Echo.
Wait, no, wait. How many did he have? Wait, did he have Shoga from bench? Did he have one or no?
He, as far as
If he has one, you can't get it if he has one.
He has 1 on his bench. Yeah.
He has one. Don't do it then.
Yeah.
Just look for Echo and position as best as you can.
Okay. Echo.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Yeah, play Echo then over the
This.
Cho'Gath.
Yeah. And positioning,
fine.
I'd put it maybe back here. We kind of rearrange things a
Yeah,
little.
just do similar to what you did before.
Yeah. Okay.
And you just basically positioning is everything now. So just do positioning.
It's on that. Yeah. Well, whatever.
This is really bad because you get hit by the shroud. The shroud is really good in the mirror matchup.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
insane actually. It's crazy strong. Your Fizz and your Echo is actually doing work right now, but
Not
your
enough.
Vel'Koz is not enough.
Yeah.
We're third place gamers. This is actually so sad.
I guess so. It's okay. I mean, that's the thing is.
We're
is-
second place actually. That's second.
wow,
we
yeah.
take those too.
See, you got to run to the corner. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll take those.
Yeah,
So-
we take those. That's
Yeah.
LP.
So 2 fun games. I mean, obviously, and I'll reiterate again, like I have many times today. It's not about the results of these games or really even the gameplay. It's about just kind of like talking through your thought process, like how you would approach the game, you know. And I feel like we got a lot of really good insight there. But to sort of conclude things a little bit. What is, I would say, like the number one sort of thing that guides your TFT decision making right now in the meta? Like, as you go through a game of TFT, like what's generally the number one most important thing you're thinking about, no matter what comp you're playing? It's a big, broad question. So
Positioning is like key for sure. Everyone has gotten a lot better over it's course of this set even in terms of positioning, because a lot of players at the top, like Mismatch Sox, for example, are really, really good at positioning, and that makes it so it trickles down, you know? If I see Sox position in a different way, like I ask myself why. I might even ask Sox because we're friends, but like, so it trickles down and everyone just becomes better and better and better.
Yeah.
So you have to like, keep up with that, otherwise you're gonna get completely destroyed.
I would say, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and basically, other than that, it's right now it's more about playing the right comps, making sure you're not contested, scouting properly, and like that kind of ties into the whole positioning as well, like scouting and stuff.
What's more important in TFT right now, items or synergies?
That's a question. Oh, items are really powerful right now. Actually, probably the most powerful they're being compared to like unit power in like at least since I started playing. In set 2, items were not as strong as some units.
Yeah.
But right now, units are like 3-starred so much left and right. So like item value goes up as well. Because
Right.
if you have if you have a 3-star unit and you give that Infinity Edge like with Kha'Zix, it's gonna hit insanely hard.
Right.
So like item value goes up. So I say value, like items is probably the most important thing right now because 3-stars are so prevalent, and like you're always gonna hit your small synergies probably.
Okay.
It's very rare you don't hit them at this point. So yeah, I'd say items for sure. It's because the 3-star meta.
So I'll add on that then, and then say, where does individual unit strength come in terms of items versus synergies versus individual units?
Oh, it depends. Early game, it's more about the units because, like for example, early game you're gonna have mostly auto attack damage.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's not that much about like ability damage. You're not gonna have that many items. But the
Right.
more as the game goes on and on, you get more and more like I guess burst damage. Like the fights last shorter times, so you have to like prioritize synergies, items, and stuff to actually like have a decent comp. You can't just throw in every good unit. And in set 2, that was the case for a while. You could like, I found a random Singed. I'm slapping a Morelos on him, and I don't care what my rest of the team is. It's a Singed comp. Yeah. So, but for this set, you can't really do that because there's a lot of legendaries that normally fits that slot. I think they're trying to bring that back with the mid-season changes to make like actual legendaries be legendaries and like make them individually strong. But right now, you can't like take an Azol and just put it in your Saya comp, for example, even if you hit it. Like you just can't.
Maybe you could when set 3 first came out, but not now.
Yeah, right. Like the most flexible ones right now are GP and Lulu. But even those require kind of specific items, and they need to be 2-starred.
You kind of need like a GA for GP, and you sort of need like some sort of AP item for Lulu, maybe.
Yeah, some mana item. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, so in conclusion, I guess I'll kind of like open it up, and if you have any general comments about TFT and about you know, what you think is really good about your style that's helped you climb. I guess that's kind of the last question I'll ask. Is what do you think you do best that helps you stay high in the ladder, that helps you be competitive in tournaments?
So
I know this is hard to ask a Scandinavian because I myself am, and we don't like talking about ourselves in good ways.
About ourselves, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I understand.
No.
I understand it's hard, but try to fight through it.
Yeah, but I'm kind of cocky, so it's okay.
Okay.
I think it changes a bit. Like, obviously, in the beginning, I was like known as the one-trick berserker player, and I had a very unique style where I like pushed levels, like I rolled down super aggressively early game. I slammed any item I could. And that was basically actually the start of like my tournament success. I remember Mismatch Socks told me like I'm one of the most annoying players to play in a tournament, especially if it's a low game series, because he can just face me during stage 3 and I'm like gonna hit him for 20 in stage 2 or in stage 3 during set 2. So I have tried to keep that in set 3, but obviously the meta has changed so much, and also my personal playstyle has changed so much, so I don't really do the same thing anymore. But I think just my willingness to adapt has been really like helping me in set 3 compared to like, because even in set 2 at the end, I was basically torching for the lack of a better word, my LP at the end for tournament practice, because I was like I wanted to try every comp. I wanted to know everything. I wanted to be like, I want to be able to play anything at the end. I don't want to be like the berserker one trick or whatever. So I've gone into set 3 with that mentality, and I think I've like it's fun to say that I've probably been one of the most flexible players in tournament plays.
Yeah.
Since set 3 started. Like I believe in all GSS. I actually think Rissa told me that I was the one who played the most different comps in GSS.
I can verify that. I have a document that has every single comp you played in GSS. So I can testify that you've played more variety of comps than a lot of the other players for sure.
Yeah. So I kind of pride myself on that this set. So that's helped me a lot for sure. All
right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been really fascinating listening to kind of your thoughts about the game, and you even stuck with me. You didn't like disconnect the call when I missed that Jace earlier. I appreciate that. That was great.
That's fine.
So I've got your Twitter on the screen right now, but where else can people find you? Like, what's your Twitch? What else do you got?
Yeah, my Twitter, Gunmay TFT, and also you can follow me on Twitch, just Gunmay.
All right.
Outside of that, I do some guides on Reddit and stuff sometimes, but normally I will link that on Twitter as well. So that's normally where you can find me for the moment.
Okay, awesome. Well, yeah, everybody go and check out Gunmay stuff. Obviously, he's a very friendly, very forgiving, and very awesome TFT player. And I think that's going to do it for episode 2 of Galaxy Brain. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.